Hello!
Hello.
Right, in this video, it's the one you've finally been waiting for, maybe. It's the one where we're going to announce what new van we're going to buy to replace Pearl.
Oh.
Now, we must say before we start, this is a van to suit our needs, so any of you people watching that have got one of the vans that we've rejected, it's no offence to you, it's no offence to the manufacturer of them vans, it's just we wanted one that ticked as many boxes as we could, and some of them fell by the wayside with the most silly things, but we just needed to be as close as we could to the perfect van, and we've nearly got there.
So I'm going to give you a recap of what we really want from the van. As you will probably know, I'm a list person and a table person, so I put together an Excel spreadsheet to highlight the areas that were most important to us. We've fallen in love with the U-shaped lounge. We thought we didn't, and then we just got into the U-shaped lounge. We like the way that you can relax in it, and so it's got to have a U-shaped lounge. Then the front area, we want to make it so that it is another area that we can sit.
Yeah,
and yes,
like dining
yeah,
area.
we are sitting here at the moment, but even Mr. 6'4", his legs dangle.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere to actually put a table.
And you can't get that seat.
And you can't get this seat all the way round,
Yeah.
and all that sort of thing. And the other thing about the front, which was also very important, was being able to put the driver's seat the whole way back so that Rick had got a more comfortable driving position. So we needed something that was either further away or had a low level piece at the back of the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And then the third point that was important to us was the bathroom. We like the bench seat. It suits our needs better. We'll just leave that one at that. We wanted a flip up sink. You always need a flip up seat. A flip up sink, so that it gives you more room in the bathroom area, you know, to actually probably even dress and,
yeah,
you know, do everything. And then also, we don't like a shower curtain, so we were really looking for one without a shower curtain.
Yeah, so like Heather said, she did do an Excel spreadsheet with all the information required, for us at least. I will try and do a split screen thing here so you can see it. But basically, we were able to check off quite a few and make the list of about 8 vans down to 2 or 3 pretty instantly, really. But we still needed to see some of him in the flesh just to make sure that we were making the right decision, which is why we visited a few dealerships. We also went to the NEC show and checked a few off. I'll put a link to all these things below. There's also been a playlist running for a long time where I've done van reviews, not necessarily vans that we like, but certain bits that we like in vans that we've been taking ideas from. So this has been going on for quite a while, just in the back of our heads, what we're looking for, and yeah, we think we're there with it now.
So from my initial Excel spreadsheet, which had about 6 or 7 vans on it, we narrowed our search down to the final 3, as it were. Rick will put a split screen so that you can see which the final 3 actually were. Those being the IH 630 RL, RD, because it the Devon Aztec XL, and then the SNL Apollo. So those are the final 3 that we've gone with.
Okay, so if we start with the IH first, we did a full video on the IH. Again, all these videos will be in a link underneath if you haven't seen them. Yeah, we loved the IH. The layout was great. Couldn't fault it. The workmanship and the quality of the wood was really outstanding, wasn't it?
Possible colour schemes as well.
Yeah, you could change all the colour schemes, which Heather loves. She likes the bright colours and stuff like that. The only issue with the IH we found was, I'll say issues, because we got to the point where we were being that picky. So it's got a shower curtain in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Again, we could live with these things, but it was one of the issues. It had also got a low level fridge, so in our van the fridge is eye level, it's easier to load. So again, we were being that picky because we wanted to be sure. And the other thing with the IH really was, I think, because it's such a quality build, the unique selling point with the IH is the rear tailgate and the caravan style door if you want it in. That's what makes that van set apart from any other. But if, like us, you just want rear back doors and a sliding door, it just becomes another van that's got really nice stuff inside. I think we don't want to sound negative because it is lovely, but I think if we go IH, we have to go the full hog and have the nice doors and everything, because why wouldn't you? Yeah. The issue you've got there is pricing wise, although we haven't got an up-to-date IH price list, they still hadn't issued us with one when we finally made the choice. It was obvious, pricing up from last year's prices, that we were into well over 90 grand, adding some of the things on that we wanted that didn't come on as standard. And you have to draw the line somewhere. And yeah, 90 grand plus for a Fiat Ducato van it's just too much. So unfortunately, the IH is just a bit too expensive. I think it's just a dream too far.
Certainly at this stage in
life.
life.
Certainly at this stage in life, I think. So yeah, it's not the IH. So we are down to the final two. Which do you think it's going to be? We've had a lot of people guess on the Facebook group. If you didn't know, we say this in most videos. We've got a Facebook group for the Pearl channel. I'll put a link up here if you want to join. They get to know a lot sooner than everybody else on there because it's more real time than these videos, which are released 2 or 3 weeks after they're actually filmed. So yeah, which one do you think it is? Find out after these adverts. Okay, so I don't think it's going to be any surprise to anybody that the next van that falls by the wayside is the Devon Aztec XL. Now don't get me wrong, the layout on this one was really, really good. The boot was huge on it, the front end was great, but because they'd done a huge boot and a good front end, you ended up with a very small kitchen, and we wanted that little bit of workspace in the middle to extend it. Also, if we're being picky with the Aztec, it got a low level fridge again, and it was a gas fridge, although speaking to the guys at Devon, they did say they could spec it to an electric if we wanted, and again it had got a shower curtain. So the Devon falls away.
So I'm sure it's no surprise to a lot of people, and certainly quite a few people have guessed on the Facebook group, that it is the SNL Apollo. When we were at the Peterborough show in 2022, we saw it, and that was our, first chance to see a U-shaped lounge in a van conversion, and we sort of really liked it, and just fell in love with it. I think if you watched Rick's original review of it, you could tell how much we liked about it. The space in the kitchen area, and so many things that we that made us start looking at all of these vans.
Yeah, but obviously, don't get us wrong. As we say, there's been issues with all the other vans we've looked at, and the SNL is far from perfect. A lot of people have commented on the floor being raised at the back, and certainly for someone as tall as me, pointing out that it could be an issue. We did speak to Anthony, the guy that builds the vans, and they run them like that because they have heater pipes going under there. And he has seen the comments on some of the videos that people have said, oh, I couldn't have one of them vans because of the floor. I'm surprised you've had one because of your height and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a big issue for us, but that's why we went and visited SNL and just made doubly sure that it wasn't a massive issue, because we'll be sitting at the front a lot more and really only sleeping at the back end. Now, since making the videos and people commenting, Anthony has been back in touch with us, and he's looking at a way for us of actually deleting the raised floor and running the pipework in a different direction. So fingers crossed. We have ordered the van specifying as he normally builds it, because if he can't do that, we're just pointing out that we're happy enough to go with that compromise, but we think he might be able to do that for us.
Yeah, I mean, again, everything's about compromise,
Yeah.
and it will mean that there'll be a small amount of loss of space down the back seats and under the back seats, should I say? And in
because
the
if he has to run the pipes a different way, then obviously they have to go somewhere. But anyway, more on that when we actually, get further into the van. Like I say, this is not, picking one over the other for whatever. We just found that we've built up a good relationship with Anthony, and we're confident that he's going to build us the van that we want as well as he can. So the plus point with it is basically, I'm not going to go over the layout again. Everything was perfect. High level fridge. The front area is great. It all works for us. There's even a window, a little cupboard. The bathroom has a tambour door, so we haven't got to worry about the shower curtain, and also the door opens into itself, so we haven't got to worry about the door opening to the gangway like we do with this van and any other van.
Room.
It's a full wet room as well. You haven't got everything can get soaking. Tip up sink, bench toilet. So as I say, the only downside was the floor, which we're working on, but if it doesn't come off, we're happy with.
So what happens now? Well, so far we've paid a £2,000 deposit. This is to hold our order, and basically because they're a small company, the payment terms are slightly different to what you would with a larger organisation, and that being that we've specified to Anthony what we want in the base van, and he's ordered it based on that. Once he receives that van, we will have to pay for the van, and it will then be in our name, and then the conversion part will be paid in 3 instalments. So like I say, you're paying for it slightly different, which suits us. It's not an issue for us, but obviously this possibly wouldn't suit everybody.
Yeah, it might not suit everybody, for the simple reason, obviously, a lot of people would have to sell their van to get a new one, or part exchange their van, or whatever. We've actually, in effect, got to stump up the price of a new van while we still own this one. The difference of doing it this way for us works because we've been able to pick the base van that we wanted. So although Anthony's ordered stock of a standard amount of vans, which we could have chosen one of, we're then set with exactly what items he'd picked on that van, and we didn't want some of them. As crazy as this is going to sound to some people, so Fiat list a load of extra packs that you can have with a van. I'll stick them up here. Stick them up. It's a bust. I'll stick the list up of what you can actually, or what we've ordered. There are so many extra packs, and it's a bit of a con really, because they add certain things in each pack, and you perhaps only want one of them, and certain things in another pack, and you want one of them.
Apparently, Anthony was saying that you used to be able to have more of a selection.
Yeah, and now
so it was a smaller price if you only wanted this.
So we've picked a few packs for one item, but on the other foot we've had to delete some packs that were just pointless. Example being, we haven't gone with a leather steering wheel and a leather gear knob because it was something like a £600 or £700 pack extra, because it had, I don't know, super flying mode or something on it. Do you know what I mean? It was just
I think it was actually more than that one.
Exactly, but what I'm saying is we haven't got a leather steering wheel now, we haven't got a leather gear knob, and it doesn't bother me. So there were certain packs we had to delete because there were certain packs we wanted. Another shocker that you're not gonna believe, we haven't gone for automatic. The reason being, in the latest Fiat pack, if you have the auto, it's £4,000, but to have the auto, you've got to have the 180 brake engine, which is another £2,000. So it would be £6,000 for an auto box, and that £6,000 is a lot of money. That took us way more than we wanted to spend. And this van itself that we're in now is a 140 manual. Although I'd love an auto, I'm not prepared to spend £6 and then start deleting things that I did want off the motorhome side of the van. We've been able to divert more of the van side money to the living side by deleting the auto box and deleting leather things.
This is the other thing where we talked about when we left SNL about the fact that he could guarantee the price. This is partly the reason why he can guarantee the price, in that he's buying these vans, and once you put your you put your name to a van, that's your van. That is your van. You can go and look at it at any time, see how he's progressing with it, and all this sort of thing. And you know, he's getting a fixed price from Fiat, and buying these vans.
So yeah, that's what we've gone with. We've also gone with a few extras from his pick list of the motorhome side. So we've swapped to diesel heating rather than gas heating. We've added a second solar panel. Looking at my list,
they come with a 100-watt standard, but we've gone for a second one.
They
come with 2 Banner
leisure batteries. We've added an awning as well. The awning's an option. We've added the fly screen on the door. That's an option.
The awning and the fly screen and the awning light, they tend to be an option on all of pretty much all of the ones that we looked at.
These are all things that we've got on this van that we didn't want to get rid of, so we've ordered them. We've also ordered cab blinds the same. So basically, everything that we've got in this van that we wanted to keep, we've added on to that van. There are other things that we've still got to decide as we go along, which we'll get more involved with as the build goes on. At the minute, all we've got is a tentative date for the van arriving in the UK, end of July, early August, but you know what's been like. So
I mean, Anthony said that, you know, he thinks that the Fiat dealer that he's buying them from is probably being optimistic.
Exactly.
You don't know.
No.
That might not be the case.
But so, like I say, that isn't an issue for us. We've got this van to use all through the summer, and basically we want to sort of put this to bed with this video and not really chat too much more about the van build and just get on with our normal summer and camping until the van comes. But obviously when the van does come, we will be popping up to see it in various stages. Anthony's going to give us photos and videos of the windows being cut in, or, you know, stuff being built, and so we've got a full diary of the van being built, so we're looking forward to that. But as I say, we've got the whole of the summer ahead of us in Pearl.
We haven't told people what colour we were going to go for.
Oh yeah, that is the other thing. As you know, with Fiat at the minute, getting colour options is quite difficult. They're only listing 3 available on their website, which are the white, standard white panel van, which is no extra cost. Then you've got the Lanzarote grey, which is the dark grey that kind of looks like an Amazon van. Didn't want that one, so we've actually picked Expedition grey, which is the sort of flat light grey, and I think the option on that is something like 700 quid for the paint scheme, and then to have a colour coded bumper as well was another 400 and something. So I can't have a commercial looking bumper. It just puts me off. I like a nice shiny bumper. The great thing about this van being black is it's got the nice shiny black bumper, and I just like it. So again, the money that we're saving by not going auto and not going leather, this has allowed us to be a bit nicer outside with stuff, you know, like adding the awning and like adding the colour bumpers and stuff like that. Right, so as I said a bit earlier, there are a few things that we've still got to decide on and add to the van, that we're thinking about getting done while it's in his workshop, and I'm not going to do on the drive like I did with this van. So we've got to have a tow bar fitted. Yes, I could take the tow bar off this van and refit it to that van, and I just don't want to do that. So we're going to have a tow bar fitted 100% for the bike rack. We're also going to have an alarm of some kind fitted. This van that we're in at the moment has got a tracker on it, which is a subscription tracker, and I just think that's dead money. We keep paying every year, and you're never 100% sure if it's actually working.
Yeah.
There's certain other things, I'm sure, as we go along, as the build progresses, that we'll say to Anthony, oh, can we have this cupboard like this? Can we do this? But we're away off that. As I say, we'll be visiting a fair few times. We're lucky we can go and stop in his yard where he works. There's a nice little village, a good walk away with a pub, and so we can spend a weekend up in this van, really just stopping up there and having a look through. But as I say, we're away off that yet, and we just want to crack on with this now, don't we? And sort of
we've got to decide on what colour scheme we're
having.
having.
Exactly. We've got to pick the colour. We've got to say if we're having half leather or full cloth. Another extra. The van doesn't come with carpets as standard, but we want carpets. There are many things, aren't they, that we've got to think about, and where we're having drawers, where we're having cupboards. All these things can be changed. Right, so we're going to wrap this video up now. If anybody's got any questions about the van, drop them in the comments below. We'll try and answer everything that we can, be it about the timescale, the build and stuff. But as I say, if you join the Facebook group, you'll probably know a lot quicker than, you know, on the YouTube channel. We will try and get up there as often as we can, but there are certain things that we can answer. One thing I will say, don't be cheeky and say, how much, mate? Because you can find out the prices off Fiat for the vans, and you can find out off SNL's website what they charge for their van. But whatever we've added is up to us. Whatever we're going to add is up to us, and we don't know the price in full. We can tell you it's a lot more than this van cost us, but so is every van that's going around at the minute. So yeah, any questions, ask away.
I've got a question.
Go on then.
What are we going to call her? Has to be a her. Anybody who knows him, they're always
vehicles have to be a girl's name.
Always girls' names, but she's going to be light grey, and she's an SNL Apollo. So there you go. There's a challenge.
Yeah, I'd like something to do with the colour really, or the fact that it's expedition grey. So I've been thinking of famous explorers, but they're usually all blokes. I like quirky names that mean something. So Black Pearl was obviously from Pirates of the Caribbean, and yeah, I want it to sort of be quirky. So, you know, a lot of people call my van's called Daisy or whatever, or no, think what can it be? Anyway, we'll catch you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this. As I say,
I hope you're not fell asleep like Poppy has.
Yeah, we want to just concentrate on the normal weekly vlogs now, going away and making the most of this van for the rest of the year. So catch you later, people. Bye bye.
Bye bye.